May I inquire?
You may.
Good morning.
Morning.
Please tell the jurors your name.
Shanna Williamson,
Ms. Williamson, where are you employed?
Benson and Associates Interior Design.
How long have you been employed with them?
10 years.
I want to show you State's Exhibit number 19. Do you recognize this exhibit?
Yes.
Does this exhibit show the interior design firm where you work?
Yes, our building is to the left, and we had a design library in the building on the right.
So if I'm pointing to where the silver car is this part of the building there?
Yes, that's our office.
And then this area to the right of that, is that the...
That's a separate rental.
Okay, so that's not yours?
The gray building on the right is the design library.
Over here?
Yes.
Okay. And which door is it?
It was the far right door. I'm not sure if you can see the door
All the way
right there.
over to behind this tree somewhere?
Yes.
Okay. And are those still your offices today?
The building on the left is yes, but the building on the right no longer is our office.
Okay. And you're still employed there?
Yes.
Can you tell us what exhibit number that is, please?
Sure. It's State's Exhibit 19.
Thank you.
I want to take you back to October 7th of 2019. Were you working on that day?
Yes.
What time did you get to work?
Probably 7:15, 7:30 a.m.
Now, did anything happen once you arrived to work?
I was in the office, and we had a design librarian at the time in the building to the right, and she was in there. She called us from the phone to the office on the other side, and she said, there's a commotion next door. Someone has hit one of my coworkers' cars, looks like a fender bender, and there's an argument. You guys should lock the doors and not come out. And
Did you, so again, your coworker had to call because she's in the gray building and you're over in the other building?
correct.
When she told you to lock the doors because of the commotion, did you lock the doors?
No,
What did you do?
I went outside. I thought there was some type of a fender bender, so I wanted to go out and get insurance information for my coworker.
What did you see when you got outside?
As I was walking out the building, the girls in the office were telling me not to go outside because they had seen someone hit our neighbor next door, Mila. So I ran out there, and as I turned the corner, Mila was up on the second level, and there was a man up there with her, kind of grabbing her by the throat, and they were having an altercation.
Okay. And you said Mila was your neighbor. Did you know her well?
No.
Just somebody that you knew in passing?
Right?
And what color was Mila's hair at the time?
Blonde.
So when you got outside, they were already upstairs on that second level?
Second level balcony.
Where were they at when you observed the man with his hand on her neck?
Second level balcony.
Okay, so were they, I'm just going to point to the picture here, were they closer to the stairs or more over
They
toward
were
her spa?
farther to the right on the second level.
And the man that you saw with his hand on her neck, could you describe what observations you made of him?
Tall, was not wearing a shirt, was being very aggressive with her.
Okay. And you say he's being aggressive. Could you just describe to the jurors what it was that you saw that caused you to determine he was acting aggressively?
Yeah, when I walked around the corner, I had heard the girls in the office say, oh my God, he hit her. And as I walked around, I could see him holding her up against the window, and she was screaming, saying help, he's trying to kill me. And I saw that, immediately shouted, stop, let her go, what are you doing? And he turned around and saw me, and I think it caused an interruption. She was able to get away.
So when he has his hand on her neck and she's yelling, help, he's trying to kill me, what type of voice was she yelling in?
Screaming.
Did she seem terrified?
Yeah, very scared.
And when you yelled at him, describe what he did.
He turned around and he was, in a way, defending himself. I believe he said, she hit me first, or I know he was trying to kind of defend his actions, basically.
So when you yelled at him, did it cause him then to turn around and engage with you?
Right.
Once he engaged with you, was she able to get away?
Yeah, so I was saying, run, like, come, run. So she was able to run down the hallway, down the stairs, and my coworkers were in the building at the time. The door you can see on the left there, they unlocked that door and we both went inside that door and locked it
And the
behind us.
door that you're talking about, is it the one by the car?
Correct.
So you told her to run, she was able to run in, and then you locked the door?
Right.
And did you keep it locked until law enforcement came?
We did.
Did you ever see the man that was strangling her again at that moment?
No, we did not see him again.
May I have a moment, Your Honor?
You may.
At this time, the state tenders a witness.
Okay.
And from your angle, how close did you get to the two of them?
I was standing probably about where that silver car was. A little bit to the right, maybe.
The one on the left of the photo?
Correct.
And where were they?
They were on the second level balcony.
In the building in the back?
In the building in the back.
Did you ever see him hit her?
I did not. I don't recall seeing him hit her.
Okay. Thank you.
I have nothing further, Your Honor, and ask that she be excused.
All right. You can step down. Any objection to her being excused?
Objection.
You're excused. State and call their next witness.
Yes, Judge. Say we call Officer Tim McCormick.
You may proceed.
Good morning, Your Honor. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Please introduce yourself to the ladies and gentlemen of the jury by telling them your name.
My name's Timothy McCormick. I was a police officer at the City of Fort Myers.
How long were you an officer with the City of Fort Myers?
Just over 15 years.
Back in October of 2019, were you a police officer at that time?
Yes, I was.
And how long had you been working as a police officer at that time?
Just under 13 years, I believe.
And what were you doing, what were your duties and roles as the police officer back in 2019?
At that time, I was a senior patrol officer, and I was on alpha shift and assigned to patrol.
What's a senior patrol officer do, sir?
Basically, we respond to calls for service, assist the public in any way, shape, or form, and protect and serve the city of Fort Myers.
When you say alpha shift, what do you mean?
That's the assigned shift. Shifts are broken into 12-hour periods, and I was on the alpha shift from 5 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Now, specifically directing your attention to the 7th of October of 2019, were you working on that day?
Yes, I was.
Did you have occasion to become involved in an investigation involving a battery that occurred at a spa known as Mila's Spa, involving a young lady by the name of Melissa Montanez?
Yes, I did.
And what was the extent of your involvement in that particular case?
I was called to the scene of a reported battery on West First Street in front of the Mila Spa. Upon arrival with other officers, we made contact with the victim.
And was the investigation ultimately turned over to an officer to conduct that?
That's correct.
Okay. And what did you do in response to turning that investigation over to that officer?
I turned the investigation over to the officer, and I patrolled the area to see if the identified subject would possibly still be in the area.
And were you able to locate him?
Not at the initial time, no.
At what time were you able to locate him?
I was contacted by an acquaintance and said that
Objection, hearsay.
Sustain.
Did you receive information with regards to the whereabouts of a individual who later became known to you as Mr. Wade Wilson?
yes, I did.
And when you received that information, what did you do in response?
I responded to the area and looked for the described vehicle and the person that I had identified as Wade Wilson by his driver's license photo and the photo in the LCSO records.
And when you say you went to a specific location, which location was that?
It was Joe's Crab Shack on West First Street.
And when you made contact with that individual at Joe's Crab Shack, were you also wearing a body cam?
Yes, I was.
What exactly is a body cam?
A body worn camera is a camera that all police officers issue, and the standard policy at Fort Myers Police Department, as most police departments, is that as soon as you as soon as you get the call, you activate your body camera. Also in our cars, we have an automatic system where if you turn on the overhead lights, it automatically starts your body camera.
And were you wearing a body camera on that particular date and time?
Yes, I was.
Judge, left to right, reflect on between defense counsel previously marked as states number 34 and 35.
Is it 34 and 35?
Yes, Your Honor. May I approach?
You may.
McCormick, I'm showing you some previously marked as states number 34. I ask you to take a look at that item. Do you recognize that?
Yes, I do.
And what does that appear to be?
That appears to be the parking lot of Joe's Crab Shack.
Okay. Does that photograph fairly and accurately depict the parking lot there at Joe's Crab Shack?
Yes, it does.
And I'm also handing you with some previously marked as states number 35. Do you recognize that?
Yes.
How do you recognize that?
This is the recording of my body cam.
Okay. And does that body cam fairly and accurately depict your interaction with Mr. Wilson on the 7th of October of 2019?
Yes, by my initials, it does. You showed it to me in your office, and I initialed it.
Okay. And it's essentially the same or similar conditions when you last saw it?
Yes.
Judge, state move states number 34 and 35 into evidence at this time.
Objection.
Be admitted.
Permission to publish, Judge?
You may.
So we're looking here at State's exhibit number 34. That is, in fact, the parking lot there of Joe's Crab Shack.
That is.
Where in relationship to Mila Spa is Joe's Crab Shack?
If you're sitting in the parking lot of Joe's Crab Shack as it's depicted, and your car was backed into a spot, say next to the white car right there, if you look to your left across the street is where Mila Spa would be.
Now, when you made contact with Mr. Wilson, could you please describe what his demeanor was like?
He was, he seemed nervous, and when I spoke to him, he seemed a little defensive and uncooperative.
Did you know what anything he was wearing at the time?
He was shirtless, and I remember he was wearing a pair of pants that seemed to didn't fit him at the time.
And do you see the person that you made contact with there at Joe's Crab Shack in the courtroom here today?
Yes, I do.
Would you please point him out and describe an article of clothing that he's wearing?
He's sitting to my right, and he's wearing a suit with a black tie.
Judge, you'll have to record reflect the witnesses identify the defendant as well.
Okay.
Permission to publish the video, Judge?
You may.
How you doing? What's going on, man? You're waiting on your girlfriend? Oh, okay. That's no problem. No, I got a call. Somebody was sitting in their car and everything like that. So. Oh, okay. She's on her way now.
to detain you until I figure out what exactly is going on. Wait, you don't want any trouble for me, okay? Okay, yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I'm going to have you step out of the car, and I'm going to detain you. Not arrest. Detain you right now, okay? And I can't have any problems. You understand me? All right. What's that? Mike 5, I'm at Joe's Crab Shack in the parking lot. I will. I give you my word. No. I have to detain you. By our procedures, I have to detain you. Because of the battery this morning. There wasn't any battery? I will. No. Just relax. Let me see the keys to the car. Let me see the keys to the car. Keys. Keys. Wait, we're not going to have any problems. Just give me the keys to the car. Wait. Just wait till my partner gets here. L41, gonna need a couple more units. Don't go anywhere. Hey. Don't do it. He's in his car. He's attempting to take off. Back up. Yes, please. He's taking off, Fort Myers. Just ran a stop sign going up towards McGregor.
And Mr. McCormick, when you made contact with Mr. Wilson, did he appear to understand everything that you were telling him?
Yes.
And was he responding in kind to you?
He was basically denying everything that I was asking him to do.
When you're having a conversation with him, you were giving him certain commands and you were asking questions of him. Is that correct?
That's correct.
And was he responding appropriately? By appropriately, I mean if one asks you if you had breakfast this morning and one would respond, yes, I had cereal, that would be an example of appropriate response. Was he responding to you appropriately?
Not complying to my commands, but yes, he was responding appropriately.
And when you told him specifically about a battery that occurred that morning, what was his response to you?
That there was no battery.
Okay. And he continued to deny that.
That's correct.
And when you advised him that you were going to detain him, he opted to leave the scene as an alternative choice to what you were telling him. Is that right?
Ultimately, yes, that was the outcome.
Is there anything else in that video that we were not able to understand that you recall specifically that Mr. Wilson had told you?
Not that I recall.
Did you follow, or did you continue to follow him?
I did for a short period of time
Okay. Why did you stop?
because of the time of day and the amount of traffic on the road. It was around lunchtime. It's somewhere there near lunchtime, and the amount of people on the road. At the time, I only had a non-pursuitable offense.
What does that mean?
I only had misdemeanor battery at the time.
Yes, sir.
So therefore, there was no probable cause to continue any type of pursuit or have any other officers try to locate him at the time because of the nature of the offense we were dealing with.
And would that have been the protocol of your office?
Yes, that is.
Okay, fair enough.
Life and safety of the community comes first.
Thank you. No further questions for this witness, Judge.
Any questions?
No cross.
All right. You can step down.
Thank you, sir.
May I inquire, Your Honor?
You may.
Good morning. Please state your name for the record.
Fanny Amlin,
Ms. Amlin, where do you currently live?
Columbus, Ohio.
Did you have a house here in Cape Coral back on October 7th of 2019?
I did, and I still do.
Okay. What is the address of that home? Were you at that house on October 7th, 2019?
Yes,
Did you leave the house at any point?
yes.
Could you just tell the jurors where you left to go?
We left to go to the airport to go back to Columbus.
What time about did you leave your home?
It was early morning, maybe 8:30. Early, I'm not sure.
When you left your house, was everything picked up and in its place?
Yes,
And were the doors locked?
yes,
And did you plan on having any guests or company staying at your house?
no,
At some time, did you receive a call from detectives once you had gotten to Ohio?
yes,
And did you learn that someone had broken into your home?
we did, yes.
Again, had you given any permission for someone to
No.
come to your home? And did you know the person that they found in your home?
No,
Had you ever spoken to Wade Wilson?
no,
Had you ever seen Wade Wilson?
no,
When he was arrested, he had told detectives he had taken some things from your home. Did you ever give permission for him to take anything
No.
from your home? Your Honor, may I approach the witness?
Yes.
For the record, I'm showing defense counsel states exhibits 36, 37, 37A, 37B as in boy, 37C, 37D as in dog, 37E, 37F, 37G as in girl, 37H, and 37I.
okay,
Do you recognize these photographs?
yes,
And do they fairly and accurately represent your home?
yes,
At this time, the state would move exhibits number 36 and 37, and then 37A through I into evidence.
Any objections?
No objection.
All right. Be admitted.
All right, Ms. Amlin, is that your home?
yes,
We identified the exhibit.
36?
Thank you.
Then I'm going to start with 37. Is this a window to your home?
Yes,
Now, it appears that there's a pane of glass or some screen that's been removed. Was that removed prior to you leaving for Ohio?
no,
Okay, so there was a screen and glass there when you
Yes.
left. Now I'm showing you 37B, the screen and glass. Is that the screen and glass that was part of that window?
yes,
And were those actually broken?
yes,
And did they need to be repaired?
completely.
And how much did the repair cost approximately?
We think about 250. We bought a new window and put it in ourselves.
Okay, so around $250 for that. Then going to the inside of your home, actually I'll stay on the outside, 37A, we see the window and the screen behind that structure. Again, were those there when you left for Ohio?
No,
Going now to the inside of your home, 37C. Do you recognize that backpack or anything on the counter or the stool?
the backpack, yes,
Okay, and whose backpack is that?
that's ours.
Okay, and was that backpack left on the chair before you left? Where was the backpack located?
In the bedroom.
And then what about this, looks like actually pants and shirt and belt that are sitting on the counter?
Those are probably my husband's.
And did your husband leave the belt or shorts or shirt on your kitchen counter?
No,
And if he had, you would have put them away?
right, we don't do that.
Then looking at 37D, that's just a close-up of a hat and backpack. Do you recognize that orange hat?
Not the orange hat,
Okay, but the
the
backpack.
black
you mentioned.
backpack, yes.
Now, looking at 37E, that's just the clothing that was set on top of your kitchen counter. Is that clothing, does that belong to your husband?
Not those two, no,
And so you don't recognize those or know where they would have come from?
no,
But again, they weren't there when you left?
no.
Looking at 37F, do you recognize that belt?
Honestly, no. I don't pay too much attention to belts.
All right. And when we look back at, actually, I'm going to just go on to the next one. 37G, did you leave your cupboards open?
No,
37H, it appears there's some White Claw empty cans and some, like a plastic Solo cup. Did you leave those empty cans in your cupboard there?
no,
And did you ever keep White Claw cans in your cupboard in that area?
no,
Then 37I, there are 5 empty cans of White Claw. Are those alcoholic beverages?
yes,
It's like a seltzer.
yes,
And did you and your husband have some drinks before you got on the airplane?
no.
Okay.
Those are in the
And
refrigerator.
so were those White Claws left out empty when you left?
No,
So all these were are different from how you left.
yes. Those were all full and in the refrigerator.
And about how much does White Claw cost?
I think about $15. It did then, probably more now.
Now, did you end up, both you and your husband, give a statement to law enforcement?
When?
Did you just tell them about what happened when they contacted you or that you didn't give him permission?
Oh, yes, I did. I was the only one up.
May I have a moment, Your Honor?
You may.
Nothing further. The state tenders a witness.
All right.
No cross-examination.
All right. You may step down.
The state calls Stephen Testaseca. I'd ask that she be excused.